The beautiful woman was robbed by bandits on the mountain road, after the robber pulled off the veil, deeply attracted by its appearance, without saying a word take him back, and become the stronghold suppression lady. The beautiful woman happily agreed. Climbing mountains with a great beauty on your back is not an easy task. Climb halfway up the mountain. The robber was sweating profusely from exhaustion. He just wanted to put the beautiful woman down and rest for a while, but the beautiful woman instantly fell soft on his back, encouraging him softly. Say, he is the strongest man. I'm sure I can carry him to the top of the mountain in one breath. How can a robber say he can't do it at this time? I can only hold my breath and climb up. Finally arrived at the bandit's lair, unexpectedly discovered that he still has 7 wives. Achievements are more brilliant than those of Xiaobao. The robber immediately stated that he must love beautiful women the most. But the beauty is not willing. He looks down these dirty women. Let the bandits kill them all immediately. The robber was dazed by the beauty of the golden age, and the beauty of the beauty fan's mind, chasing 7 wives to the death. In the end, only a foolish woman with a bad brain was left behind, because beautiful women need someone to serve them. That night, the robber got the beauty he longed for as he wished. I wish I could confess him as my ancestor, hunting tirelessly every day, just to give the tender meat to the beloved beauty. Beautiful women like to wear silk and satin. He went to rob passers-by, satisfy all the needs of beauty without complaint or regret. Beauty. This little life is more nourishing than the Empress Dowager's. The robber selflessly dedicates everything to watch this tempting flower bloom every night. But these days soon won't satisfy the beauty anymore. He asked the robbers to chop off the heads of others, used as decoration in the house. Fresh heads can bring him brief happiness, but his heart is still empty. Although the robber did his best to meet his needs, but he couldn't treat her as his true husband. She began to yearn for the prosperous capital city. I think that's where he belongs. The robber wanted to satisfy the wishes of the beautiful woman, being uprooted from one's hometown. Bring him to the capital city. The robber snatched a beautiful woman as his wife in the mountains, to please the beauty, bringing him away from his hometown to the capital. After arriving in the capital, beauty always indulges in various human heads, regardless of the robbers. They live in a dilapidated temple. All expenses have to be managed by bandits. But besides robbery, nothing. Gradually, the robbers are getting tired of this kind of life. The charming smile of the beauty no longer aroused his desire. He even thinks silly daughter-in-law looks better, so he dragged his foolish wife into the small forest. Although this daughter-in-law is a bit silly, but she looks pretty and handsome. The most important thing is to be obedient enough. Before coming to the capital city, beauty says they will have glory and wealth, but reality keeps hitting the face time and time again. City people don't look up to him. This bumped him. Say, his beautiful wife will have to run away with others sooner or later. The robber is so angry that he wants to chop people down. 2 fists are difficult to defeat 4 hands. He's afraid he won't be able to fight. I can only endure it. But the evil spirit in my heart doesn't spread out. It's really uncomfortable. So he decided to regain his true colors, just grab something and run away. But he forgot that this is the capital city. It's not his high mountain, far away from the Emperor's mountain. No matter how mischievous he is, no one cares. Here, if you commit a crime, you will be surrounded by officers and soldiers. The robber who never missed was imprisoned like this, and then he was beaten and bruised all over his body, just when he was full of helplessness. A brand new set of clothes was thrown into the cell. Turns out to be a jailer. I fell in love with the treasures of the wealthy family, so they disguised these prisoners as soldiers. I casually found a charge of stealing the home of a wealthy person. The jailer's plan is quite perfect, but the prisoners are just skeletons, who will follow his script, waiting for a safe place. Prisoners' collective rebellion, loot all the treasures from the prison guards. The bandits on the side took the opportunity to escape back. Beauty has been missing for many days. Husband returns home, unexpectedly showing unprecedented excitement, because his head has turned into a skeleton. Beauty sees her husband coming home. Excited, he pounced on it. Because his favorite person's head has rotted into a skeleton, he needs a new head. But the robbers no longer want to talk to him. I just want to go back to the mountain stronghold, and live the same life as before. I didn't expect the beauty to be willing to go back with him. He changed into simple clothes, snuggling up next to the robber, but the robbers had already given up on him, not moved at all. The beauty shed tears in sorrow, telling one's love for the robber in one voice. Watching the towering beauty shed tears, the robber's machismo was instantly satisfied. I suddenly feel that the beauty is still so beautiful. It's worth doing anything for him. The next day, the 2 of them embarked on the road back to the mountain. The beauty didn't let the robber carry her this time, but the robber felt sorry. Taking the initiative to pick up the beauty, they passed by a cherry blossom forest. Suddenly, a gentle breeze blew by. The fluttering petals hit the beauty's face, as if not as beautiful as a mortal. At this point, the beauty suddenly reached out and pinched the thir's neck. The robber looked up. The beauty turned into a white-haired old ghost. At this point, he suddenly remembered a legend. Legend has it that when cherry blossoms bloom, people cannot walk under trees, because there is some evil force under the blooming cherry blossom tree, can cause a significant change in one's temperament, go crazy and become a demon. Robber strive to throw the white-haired old ghost to the ground, hold on to his neck tightly, but he came to his senses and took a look. The old ghost has turned back into a beautiful wife. The beauty is dead, but still exudes deadly charm. Cherry blossoms are falling on the beauty one after another. Quickly bury his body. The robber looked at his still charming wife. Can't help but reach out and touch his cheek. My wife suddenly disappeared. Only one cherry blossom petal left. The robbers cannot accept this reality, constantly searching among the cherry blossoms. Can you find it? I also disappeared into the air.